Double nay.
Double nay. It was your
Bring
turn
me
to
the
poof
boy.
the sneef. Yeah, I've told the story before. I did a spoonful of cocaine, and that sucked. And then I was told to do another
spoonful.
Yeah, like a full, not a line, but a spoonful of cocaine. And I said cone cane.
The measurement's crazy.
It is crazy. And they like, I don't know why my brain was like, okay, that doesn't seem so bad. A spoonful? Yeah, sure. I was like, I don't want to try a line, but a spoonful. I like
a little spoon, like a Coke spoon.
No, like a teaspoon. Yeah.
They were trying to kill you. They were not your friends.
That was my option. It was my, at the time, abusive girlfriend and her drug dealer / person that she clearly was probably cheating on me with, like, from time to time. But like, they gave me an option. They were like, tablespoon or teaspoon. I was like, teaspoon. I'm not an idiot.
I would have been like, clearly you motherfuckers need to get out of my house.
Either both of those is too much.
Yeah.
I don't care who I'm dating. You're fucking wilding.
I did one, said I hated it. Did another, they told me I need to do another so that way I like it, and then I did it and I was like, no, I still hate this. This sucks. Hate it so much. Don't care. Don't like it. And then I sat there and played Borderlands with my abusive girlfriend for like another fucking like couple hours, and I was like, yeah, no, this sucks so bad. And I tried to tell my father about it. Honestly, I tried to be a snitch. I was like, because, you know, kind of what the Darnell's saying. He's like, yeah, these people need to get the fuck out, because they were just going to start doing cocaine. So I like, you know, I went out to go get something to drink, and my father was out there, and I'm like, just so you know, dude's got cocaine, and he just had me do some cocaine and all that. And he was like, really? And he got like excited.
Your dad was like, can I have some?
Yeah, he told him, he like went in the room, grabbed that guy, told him to come to his room, and they clearly just went into the room and just started doing cocaine. He's like, might as well have been like, don't worry, son, I'll take care of it. I got you.
I'll get it out of the house.
Yeah.
One nostril at a time.
Yeah. How dare you bring that to my son's room and not mine, you piece of shit.
You bastard. So, you know, you got to be really trashed and then do coke, and then it's fine. If you just do coke, it's terrible.
That's what people say.
If you just do coke, it's
terrible. Like, that's crazy addict shit.
That's true.
Because those people who just do coke, they're doing enough to where they're like fucking hyped up. Like, when you're just really trashed and you do like a little bump, you go from like, I don't know if I can have another beer, and then you're like, woo, let's do shots.
There's no one that tells better stories about cocaine than comedians. Like rock stars, all the motherfuckers get the hell. Comedians have the best funny stories. Not like a good time, but I mean like they'll be like, yeah, and then we were just doing whatever we could to keep doing cocaine, and then all of a sudden the sun comes up and we're like, oh shit. Oh fuck.
Hell yeah.
Joey Diaz, the best cocaine storyteller, obviously. And I had an 8-ball to get me through the night, dog.
And then 2 years ago, a couple comedians died.
Well, that's from fentanyl.
In their coke.
Yeah.
4 comedians, specifically.
They weren't strong
nowadays. You got to test all your shit.
Yep. Gotta have testers on you for cocaine.
They weren't strong enough. That's all it was. They were weak-willed.
Listening to the comedy podcast for the next few weeks, like it really showed how many comics do cocaine, like at that current time, like popular comics that you listen to. Like they were all very concerned. I'm like, why are you so concerned? What you so concerned about?
Because I like to party.
Yeah. I won't say no names, but I mean, they already out themselves anyway. Bert, Mark, Tom, fucking Shane.
Well, Mark never denied it.
No, yeah, he says it. He says it pretty proudly. He loves to fucking do cocaine, which is weird.
Yeah, he always goes, "Oh yeah, I like to do it from time to time," but it's like
this is
every time you go out drinking, I guarantee you're like, I can do a bump.
This is my impression of Mark Norman doing cocaine. Cocaine. So stupid. Couldn't imagine Mark Norman on cocaine.
When I knock people out, they don't fucking move. Who the fuck is that guy? Oh, don't be scared, homie.
Welcome to Throwing Hands.
You're playing touch butt with that dork in the park, the ponytail.
My balls are hot.
Anyway, it's podcast time. It's Throwing Hands time. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Throwing Hands Podcast. We are the hosts of the craziness, the bullshit, and the Octagon Control. I am your host, Joe. These are my co-hosts, Ian and Darnell.
Oh, I should probably turn that off.
Nah, you're good. Run it.
Oh, it's still there. Okay.
Stuck forever.
Whoops.
Forever, his background.
All right, there we go.
And we are here again to bring you the breakdowns of UFC and street fights all around the world, MMA around the world, and UFC Apex, UFC Las Vegas 87, apparently it was. I can't believe they're even keeping count of it, because if you go onto Twitter and you say hashtag UFC Loss, and the first thing, like, you'll get like 92, 97, 83, 84, 87, and you're like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. And they're like 87. I'm like, so what's up with the 90s? What's up with that? I don't understand it. I think it's Apex Las Vegas is like a new count. We've talked about this on a past episode. Go check out, I'll put it right there. Boom, that episode right there, where you can see how we talked about the good old times when it was called UFC Recognition, UFC Obliteration, and shit like that. UFC Final Stand, and now it's like UFC Apex Las Vegas 97. You're like, wow, it's really catchy.
Just call it UFC Apex. That's it. End it there.
Yeah, that would actually be UFC Apex. And then, you know what? They're still going to do the numbering thing. Just number it after that.
That's fine, but don't have 3 different categories of numbers.
Well, don't forget, then they have the ESPN numbers. They got the ESPN cards where they're like fucking UFC ESPN fucking 17 Las Vegas. And you're like, it's the worst word. What?
Oh, fuck. They're all on ESPN.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what's so weird when they like call a card ESPN, and I'm like, is it UFC Las Vegas or UFC ESPN? Is it UFC Apex? Is it you? It doesn't. None of it matters, really. None of it matters. But the names are doofy as fuck. And I'll say this right off, coming off. Oh, nice Bucky's cup. Nice. I'll say this. Nice Bucky's cup. Nice. I like it.
What?
You have a Bucky's cup right there.
No, that's not Bucky's.
Yes, it is.
That's Bussy's.
You have a bussy cup.
Oh my!
You're an idiot.
That's fucking great.
Stupid. Don't encourage that.
I'm really encouraging it.
God damn it. I'll say this. I'm coming in hot off the yesterday I missed some of the card. I had to rewatch some of the fights later on, and it's just so, like, when you see the card early, I just don't understand the concept anymore. When it's Las Vegas and you're starting at fucking 11 a.m. or something like that, 10 a.m. and you're like, for what reason? Prelims were earlier. So you're like, for what reason? It doesn't make any sense. You're in Las Vegas. You would have every other, even regular fight night Las Vegas cards, pay-per-view fucking cards in Las Vegas at regular times. So explain to me why you had to have a 1 p.m. starting time for your main card, or 3 p.m. I think is what it really was. Oh, no, yeah, 3 p.m. is when it started.
3 p.m.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is there could have been something else going on at the same exact. Well, at a later time that usually would be fights. That's usually the only time they ever change the time of it. Even though it's on ESPN Plus, there's always other shit going on here. So that's the only thing. Actually, there was that Orlando and Miami. Not baseball, soccer game that was yesterday. That could have been it. That's the only thing I can think of. Since it's only important now because Messi plays for Miami.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, whatever.
Ian just did a head nod thing to the most famous soccer player in the world. He was like,
I don't give a fuck about soccer.
Hey, would you beat?
No, exactly.
Let me guess. Would you beat Messi's ass? Let me guess.
Yeah, of course.
You
I'm
have
taking a page out of your book, Joe. I'd beat his ass. Oh, he's a soccer player? Congratulations. I'm just going to punch him in the face.
I think he would like kick. He would just do all kicks like Zohan. He would just kick everything you do. This is the foot uppercut.
Oh, great. Now ESPN is first.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I was at first when I saw that the card was going to be early, I was like, that's, I guess it is what it is. But once it affected me directly, then I was like, this is dumb.
Then I had a problem.
Yeah. No, yeah, I just, even regardless of me being affected by that, and like I just happened to have to work early on that day, and It just doesn't make any sense. You know, whatever the reason is, it should be so big that we should know, not like a guess of like, I think it's because it should be like, oh, they did that because of this, but they don't. Like, is WrestleMania this year on a Saturday? Yeah, for real. Still doesn't make any sense. Is WrestleMania on a Saturday? It's Saturday and Sunday, right?
Because they can. They like money.
I'm just saying. So
I like money.
I'm trying. Okay, hold on. WrestleMania 40 days.
Yeah, it's literally Saturday, Sunday, bro.
Yeah.
It's been 2 days for like the past 5 years.
I'm just trying to make sure that it is Saturday and Sunday, because I'm saying then at that point you already know, just like per every UFC WWE pay-per-view, there's a UFC card, pay-per-view, whatever it is, at the exact same time. And I'm just saying, so it's like they have things like that go on, like Wrestle fucking Mania, and like they don't give a shit. They're just like, we don't care, put on a card at night. So whatever happened this week, like you just said, it's just on them. There must have been some dumb reason to start it early that we don't give a fuck about, that for them they were like, big money, dog. And I'm like, that's so dumb. That's so dumb. Make your cards, and if they're in America, make them the times that they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Wait, who are you appeasing to? I always forget it's Kanye's face on that. Really throws me off.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really
Joe
fine.
talking about these times.
Yeah,
it's fine, but you're not really
but you're
fine.
not really fine. Yeah, it's fine. That was actually me a couple days. It's fine, but you're not actually really fine. Me, the card starts early. It's fine. It's not actually really fine, though. It's not. Well, let's talk about this early card. The early prelim started with literally 3 knockouts right off the back. Round 2, round 1, round 3 knockouts. You know, it's funny, something the commentary team has a very unique dynamic, much like we do, to where, for example, I'd like to say the guy who had the KO TKO in the very first fight's name. I'd like to say his name, Loik Redzabov. I'd like to. Guess what? The commentators don't know how to say the names either. Funny, just a funny little interaction to where like DC said one of the fighters' names. I don't remember who it was, but it was somebody. Sopai. Because it's Stoppage, but it's said Sopai. And he was saying it pretty easily, and Bisping's like,
God.
yeah. Oh, we're going to talk about that death. And Bisping says, you know, to DC, he's like, oh, you're getting it so easily, making me look bad over here. And DC says, he's like, I literally wait for John to say the names, and then I just say what John says.
And then I copy him.
That's what we wait until Darnell says the name, and then we just copy what Darnell says. I'm like, wow, same, guys. We're just like the famous commentators. Except Darnell likes to make us suffer first. He lets us say it horribly, and he's like, "You idiots!" It's
you fucking retard.
No, I give everybody a chance. I'm not gonna be that guy who's gonna immediately correct everybody.
Oh, what? You don't want to be our John Anik? You don't want to talk about it? Just like say the name and then go, by the way, guys, check out your betting odds with ESPN so and so. Cut a promo in the middle of our conversation. That'd be sick.
Nah, because I don't believe in John Anik. John Anik isn't real.
He is one of the lizard people.
One's imagination.
He is the UFC spirit. That man does not exist. He's not actually there. Because every time this man's talking about, oh, I'm going to quit because of the fans. Nigga, go. Please quit. Go be with your family. Because you're at every event, bro.
Every event.
You're at every event, and it's crazy. It's like,
man,
do you like have a family?
If he does, he hates them. He can't.
Yeah.
Clearly.
He can't wait for another show to start. He can't wait for another ESPN like side show to start up. He can't wait for like the UFC like end of the year stuff so he can do all the fucking videos for that. And
he's like, how far away is this fight? Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah. Oh, we're doing the Hall of Fame again. We're gonna do a little thing where we do a segment and somebody talks about it. I'll do that. Don't worry about it. Are we gonna talk about the best knockouts of the past 6 months? We're gonna do a segment on that. I'll do it. No worries.
I gotcha.
You need to, and on top of that, you can't forget, like, you know, Mike Goldberg, you know, first shined light on this too. But like when they show up to those events, like that guy who has that seat, being John Anik, has to like show up early and like earlier than most other people, and then he has to record all the voice things for like that. They like sometimes when you hear it's like when it cuts to the music and it's like, all right, fight fans, so and so and so. That's most of the time a recording. He recorded that in a hotel or something like that in a voice booth, because it's not so. He is good like that, but he doesn't do it like all the time like that. He has to record a bunch of shit for the commercials and all that everywhere they go, every time. Darnell's right. This man has no family. He lives. They put him up in a suitcase and they go on to the next town, John. They drop him off at certain, TV shows and whatnot, ESPN shows. He comes out, he makes a couple bets, and then he goes away.
Yeah, I didn't even turn this shit on until the third fight. And it was already over. They were literally like cutting to commercial because the fight ended.
Yep. Red Zabov gets a very good knockout. Ludwig Klein literally treated AJ Cunningham like a punching bag. Literally was just like, I think this guy is just a sparring session for me because I'm gonna kill this guy, and then ends up killing him with a fucking front kick to the gut, and just Cunningham's like guttural and falls down. Damn. Yeah, the first 3 fights on this card were insane, and Christian Leroy Duncan, whole new fighter. That dude came out aggressive as shit, mad as fuck, and pummeled Ribeiro to the ground. Insane first 3 fights.
Yeah, that was. I was trying to catch up on the fights because I missed all the prelims, but that was the last one that I watched, and I mean, he fucking put it on. It was quite the beating.
Yeah, Christian Leroy Duncan, not a bad fighter by any standard, but from his last fight to this fight, something
completely
changed.
Different.
Something changed, and good for him too. The fight of the night, the death of the night, Sopai versus Oliveira. Holy shit! Scrappy fight from the start. First round starts up, very scrappy. Second round goes around. Same. It's a lot of scrambles. It's a lot of them throwing wild shots. Sopai's a little bit more technically sound, as it would look, and they were hyping up Sopai. Started his professional career at 15. He's only 23 right now. This guy is so good. And then he proceeded to die. Yeah, just gets caught real like with just an easy like leg kick hook combo from Oliveira. Stumbles, now he's up against the cage. Oh jeez. And Oliveira says, "Target acquired," and flying knee. I mean, just as clean as you want, clean as you can get. Done.
And Sopai was talking a lot of shit.
Was he?
They were both talking a lot of shit. Like at weigh-ins, after weigh-ins, and I think somewhere in a hotel or some shit. So it was like, this is gonna be a good fight. It has to end in a knockout, and it did. It's like good. Don't talk a whole bunch of shit, and nobody dies in the fight.
Exactly, because we've been seeing a lot of that shit. A lot of shit talk just for dudes to go in there and pity patter and fucking wrestle, and you're like, you guys suck, Colby, Jorge.
We don't talk about either one of them. They're both retired fighters.
Are they though? Are they?
Yeah. Yeah. Jorge's been eating that good Cuban food.
Yeah.
And running multiple businesses. He ain't doing nothing. Colby's running his mouth, so he's already done.
Jorge also clearly getting drunk as fuck, just calling out every single person under the sun.
Oh yeah. He needs to stay away.
Funny about Oliveira is that a funny thing John Anik said. Maybe it's just something I don't know about this character, this background, his character or whatever, but he goes, former gangster. I still think he is a gangster if you ask me. Vincius Oliveira. And I was like, I immediately was like, is that his nickname? Is his nickname Gangster something? I'm like, nope, it's Lock Dog. I don't know if that means gangster. Pretty sure it doesn't. Just John Anik calling him I mean, like that. I'm like, dude, was this guy actually a former Brazilian gangster? I'm like, that's pretty crazy.
I mean, looking at the spelling, that could be Loke Dog, which would be even funnier because that's don't be a menace while drinking gin and juice in the hood.
Loke Dog, yeah.
Oh, that was his first fight in the UFC. Goddamn. First fight, and he gets performance and fight of the night.
Yeah, that's a big eye catcher right there. If you're looking on the actual UFC page, you're trying to just see who did what. You're like, I gotta watch this fight. Some dude got fight and performance. Holy shit!
I feel like Eric Anders should have got performance of the night, and literally because even commentary was like, he's been talking about retiring, blah blah blah, riding Jamie Pickett's dick the entire time just to see him get beat up for 3 rounds.
So I was pretty annoyed by that.
I was
fight.
like, damn dog.
I'll tell you what, I was at first annoyed about the wrestling because there was a lot of fights later on in the main card that have I'm so sick of boring wrestling. We've talked about it before. I'm not going to hanker on it too much. I'm sick of boring wrestling and what people do to win fights. It's sickening. But I don't fault Eric Anders at all because Jamie Pickett had the game plan. He was clipping him on every counter strike. They kept saying Jamie Pickett's putting himself against the fence. Well, I don't know why he's doing that. Eric Anders is trying to shoot for takedowns. He's just giving Eric Anders the fence to shoot for takedowns. And Jamie Pickett at no point learned from that, bless. And at no point he learned from that. And just it's frustrating because I wanted Jamie Pickett to win. I'm not a huge fan of Eric Anders. That's true. But I mean, shouts out to him to where at that point, I can't blame you if the guy has an easy way to not get taken down by you and still just lets you do it over and over again. Fuck you, Jamie Pickett, and fuck that fight. Let me down. You really let me down, Jamie Pickett. Jamie Pickett right now just trying to recover from his own ego. He's like, dude, I don't care. Fuck you.
I don't need this.
I don't need this from you. Matt Schnell also sent to the Shadow Realm. He got sent to the Shadow Realm, fell through to death. Dude, Urseg standing on business, standing on boxing, just straight up boxing him up. Jabs, boxing stance, left hook, just staying in the pocket, tight strikes. And Schnell was also clipping him. Clipping him. Not good enough. Just every time he would. I was just gonna every time he would try and shoot at all, even the most minimum thing, just Urseg, twist, counter strike, done, easy.
Yeah, I immediately shit on Steve. Like the second he walked out, I was like, "Who the fuck is this nerd? What the fuck is he gonna do?" And then I watched. I'm like, you know what? That's what I get for talking shit.
Yeah, you're like, well, that nerd is mean.
That nerd. Fucking Golden Gloves of boxing in Australia, apparently. That's not true, but I mean, might as well be. Holy shit. Straight boxing stance the whole way through. Fucked up Matt Schnell, who was properly MMA countering him, MMA striking him, getting in tight. But they were saying just not ending with enough off of his combos. And compared to Steve Urseg, who's like, yo, I'm boxing you up, my guy. I'm hitting you with jabs. I'm hitting you with combos inside. You can't stop me. And then I like the clip of the ref. Somebody recorded the ref talking to his like Matt Schnell's corner and being like, man, I don't know what was scarier when you got hit or like, I don't know what was louder when you got hit or when your head hit the canvas. I'm like, what a dick thing to say to the corner. The corners, they're both staring at him like, and then he tells Schnell, he goes, you'll see it on the camera. You'll see it on the replay. Don't worry. And I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, what the shit? What a wild thing to say.
I'm like, well, of course his head hitting the canvas is going to be louder. It's like hitting a big drum.
Like that's where Ian's offended. He's like, what a dumb thing to say. Obviously the head in the canvas is louder. God.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Two fights I was very pissed off with coming up to the main fight on the card. The Alex Perez and Muhammad fight and the Tyson Pedro Victor Petrino. Alex Perez Muhammad fight, that just wipe it off the card. Didn't even happen. Nobody gives a shit about that. That was dumb. It was the most boring wrestle forward thing ever.
He had a staph infection. The antibiotics murdered him. Leave him alone.
Poor guy.
Says the guy sitting in a chair right now.
As Hulk Hogan once, not Hulk Hogan, God damn it. As Arnold Schwarzenegger once said during Jingle All the Way, oh, poor baby. Fuck out of here, dude. Boring ass fight. And then he has the nerve to be like, I want champion. He's number 8. I want championship fight. Hey, Dana, championship. I'm like, dude, I think Dana's asleep right now. You might want to scream a little louder. He probably either left to go smoke a ciggy or fucking he's asleep in his own suite right now. Nobody was watching you, my guy. Fuck out of here. Back to the line, you shitty, boring flyweight. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with all that shit. Nobody cared about his fucking fight. Staph infection, this, that. Boring fighter. Hey, I have 6 wins, 4 finishes. Dude can't even get his fucking finishes right. Fuck that guy.
English isn't his first language, man.
Numbers is apparently not his first language either. Numbers.
Bro has to translate from one language to another.
He didn't have to translate for anybody. He was in Vegas.
No, I'm saying like in his head.
Right. Right.
I'll say my favorite fight was Umar because it's like, oh, nobody wants to fight me. gets the worst knockdown of his career first round. And I was like, oh, is he going to lose already, bro? That sucks.
Can't.
And then I was like, this is why I like Umar, because he has the hands. He's not just a wrestler. He can actually beat your ass.
Yeah, that was why I was kind of skipping over that one too, because I was like, yeah, it's pretty much how I expected to go. That very thrown off by the knockdown, but it, even if like again, worst knockdown of his life, but he's been clipped before. Just always, it's like almost like wakes him up. He's like, ah, shit. All right, well, let me be a little bit more. Let me be a little bit who I am. Let me be a little bit more Nurmagomedov about this.
Let me start wrestling.
What was funny about it was in the interview, he was just like, yeah, I didn't see that coming. I did not see that left. That shit hit. Like, I didn't see it, but I recovered. It's okay.
At least he admits it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't see that coming.
Because like some dudes, when they get rocked, they're just like, yeah, kind of shook me up a little bit. Not that big of a deal. And I'm like, you were out for a second on your feet there, bud.
Yeah.
Like, don't try and like just brush that off. Like, I get it, you're all tough guys, but like, you can admit when you got hit by another guy.
No.
Like, no, it wasn't that bad.
Tyson Pedro unfortunately falls to another wrestling loss on the card. Just frustrating because everybody, the commentary team, everybody was hyped on this fight for Tyson Pedro coming off of the big samurai knockout, and then unfortunately Tyson Pedro retires after he loses, and I'm like, damn, that. Any other way would have been, even if he went out getting knocked out, you'd be like, man, at least he went out trying to go for a knockout and he got knocked out, but instead got wrestle fucked from second round on, got wrestle fucked, and then it was over. No more Tyson Pedro. Like he says, it's not goodbye, it's see you later. And I'm like, well, I don't know if you should take some time and come back. I think you should just leave then. If that's the case, maybe just bye-bye for now, or bye-bye forever.
He said it was a money thing.
He said it was a money thing?
Post-fight. Post-fight conference. He said it's a money thing because all of the taxes that are how they tax in Australia and New Zealand basically just steals all of their money pretty much.
Yeah.
And he straight up said, yo, if anybody has a lot of money, I have to rob somebody in the parking lot. So whoever has a lot of money, I'm going to see you. And it's just like,
that's funny. Yeah. What a guy. Sad to see him go. The main event, Rosenstrike versus Gaziv. A lot of shit surrounding this fight. First of all, they talked about how his mouthpiece wasn't properly fitting. They said that immediately. They noticed that right when he got in the octagon. They thought that was extremely weird that he didn't have a fitting mouthpiece. I also found that weird.
That's his own fault then.
100%.
Shamil?
No, yeah, Gaziv. Yeah, he didn't have his mouthpiece didn't fit properly. Which, that is on his own fault. Clearly, he was just like, he had it as tight as he could in, because if it was not fitting as bad, it was clearly not fitting during the fight, the ref would have said something as he goes in. But, I mean, hey, he got through and got in there. And as he was approaching the cage, the commentary teams really hyping me up because I thought this was going to be a fairly easy fight for Rosenstrike. And fairly easy being loose words here. But they're talking about Gaziv is... he's been doing 5-round sparring twice a week. He's been putting in the work. He really wants to start working towards a big, what do I want to say here? A win streak. He wants to go towards a title shot. And I was like, good. That sounds great. That sounds like pretty, responsible thinking and pretty straightforward thinking for a fighter. Then he gets fucked up. He gets gassed. He gets gassed by round 2 and 3. And you're like, I don't think he's actually been doing that sparring y'all talking about. Just right off the rip, Rosenstrike had his number. It was just completely jabbing him up. King Mo giving him decent advice. I was surprised by that. I was like, what the fuck is King Mo doing here? Giving him good advice is what he's doing. Told him, your jab's working, my guy. Your jab is killing him. And it was. You see, like, you notice it. If you weren't noticing it then, if you watch him in that next round, he immediately starts jabbing more, throwing strikes off the jab, and he's piecing up Gaziv. Gaziv's bloodied. Gaziv's tired. As Michael Bisping said, he's breathing out of his back. and then the round ends. And then controversy strikes. But not controversy. Just a hilarious... My favorite ref ending to a fight ever. This was hilarious.
So far.
Gaziv and his corner start arguing. They start having a back and forth. John Anik points it out that they're yelling in his corner. That he's arguing with his team. And right as they cut to it, it's the end of the in-between round, and they're about to leave, but they're still kind of in there. And so what does Mark Goddard do? I want to know what he said. What is he saying? No, tell me what he said. I want to know. And then he brings the translator and he brings the doctor and he's like, tells the translator, was it like it's the fucking mob boss? He goes, do the right thing. Tell me what he said. Dude, talk about standing on business. Mark Otter was standing on business. And
he was like, what the fuck did he just say?
What the fuck? Yeah. What did you just say to me? Did you just say something to me? And then as it's probably said by now who it was, and I was just bringing this point up that it was almost definitely the corner to blame. But I was saying to Ian, you never know. Some of these fighters, they want to ignore the bad things that's happening, and they want to try. And it could have been the corner trying to stop him. But what seems to be obvious is that he was telling his corner, "I can't see," and his corner didn't care and told him he needs to finish the fight. And he was clearly arguing with them about that. And again, I was saying there's the obvious opposite would be that. This corner was telling him, you can't see, you can't go out there. And he was like, no, I want to fight. Because that's also a very common thing that can happen. So, but it seems to be the first option more than anything else. Don't know yet fully. But what we do know is that he was fucked up. He was bloody everywhere and apparently couldn't see. And yeah, that's an easy KO TKO's doctor stoppage, ref stoppage right there. Clean as it gets. And as funny as it gets.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand
either
way.
That fight was boring as hell.
Fuck you. That fight was boring. The fight was good. It was a good fight.
I was watching Call of Duty videos where that fight was going on. I was in bed, high, full.
That's why it was boring.
Yeah, because you were getting ready to fucking pass out.
Just threw me off for the rest of the night. And I was like, yeah, I'm not.
You just weren't in the vibe. That makes sense.
Even if I was, I didn't like the fight.
What you got to give it credit for is that
I don't got to give credit for shit. Fuck them. Fuck them 2 times.
Yeah. Oh, see,
if I could flip them off with my toes, I would do that too.
Wow. I can't get all hype up about this boring fucking flyweight, but he can get hyped up about fucking.
You guys can get all worked up about anything. I thought this whole card was boring.
Wow. Okay. Well, now you're just being. You know what, Ian? Now you're just. Fuck you.
Indeed.
No,
because all the hype is for next fucking weekend, boys.
It is the stacked of all stacked cards. All I'm gonna say before we get off of this card is that this fight, genuine. I think if you're a true blue MMA fan, if you're just a casual, you see these two guys and you go, big knockout money. But if you're a real fan, you go, this could end boring as fuck. This could be a slow, gassed fight. But because of that, it exceeded that expectation only because the expectation was really for them to probably either end up wrestling or gassed after the first round. Usually what the guess is on that.
I mean, they were pretty fat. Like right 3 minutes into the first round, they were just fat.
Rosenstrike's always fat, boy. That way.
I mean, yeah, his fight name is Biggie Boy.
Biggie Boy. He's nicknamed after my favorite meal from Wendy's, the Biggie Bag.
Yo, I don't know what's been going on with Wendy's, but them fries don't hit like they used to.
Oh, no, they don't. It's because they got rid of the guarantee.
What guarantee? Oh, so, like guaranteed, not like fresh or whatever.
Yeah, when they were doing that, they hit every single time because they follow. I tried it. They followed the rules. I went to the drive-thru, came back around, and I was like, hey. Do you guys still do the guarantee? They were like, yeah, for the fresh fries. Are your fries okay? And I was like, also this location I went to was extremely nice all the time. And then they were like, yeah, go ahead, come back around. You can keep those fries and we'll give you new fries. And you're like, awesome. You could only do it once though. Like you couldn't. Obviously, fucking people who want to take advantage.
You just get another thing of cold fries, and they're like,
"Got him."
You fucking nerd. You thought
exactly, and that's the thing. I think that's probably why the system doesn't go around anymore. They're probably giving out too many fries and also failing on that. But from my perspective, from my experience at Wendy's, the fries were hitting during that time. And then once they got rid of that, I noticed I'm like, these fries suck ass. What's happening? No more guarantee. No more guarantee. It's a shame. I love Wendy's. I'm a Wendy's man myself. But, first of all, Wendy's don't do coupons. That's a big problem.
You got to download the Wendy's app, dog.
They do coupons on the Wendy's app?
Bro, that's where all coupons are now. They're in the apps.
Word.
It's crazy. Because they don't tell you that they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other places that are struggling, that's who sends you the paper coupons, Burger King, fucking Pizza Hut, all those places. They'd be like, please come to our restaurants, please.
Yeah, because they know all the old people still do that.
Yeah.
They're like all those kids who don't leave their cell phones. That's where we get them.
I am the old person because I get those Burger King coupons. Burger King's my least favorite fast food establishment of all time. And but as I was talking to a coworker about this, I was like, yeah, it's my least favorite one, but they sent me a coupon to have 2 original chicken sandwiches with 2 fries for $6.99. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to Burger King.
You getting chicken sandwiches from? You getting chicken?
The original chicken
Burger
sandwich.
King?
The original chicken sandwich.
No. That's why I said you getting chicken. I didn't say even the sandwich specific. You getting chicken from them?
Yeah, I trust them. Dude, black people work at Burger King. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't mean shit. They just throwing some frozen meat on the grill.
Chicken fries?
Chicken fries, bro. Come on.
Now, if I saw Ian back there, I'd be like, I know that nigga can cook some chicken.
Well, they don't hire people like you for some reason.
They don't. I tried.
Next week's stacked UFC 299, Saturday, March 9th, at a proper starting time of
At a proper start.
5 p.m. and 6 p.m. Man, even from the early prelims on, starts off with JoJo Calderwood. JoJo Calderwood. Oh, Joanne Wood. What the hell? Why does she look exactly like Calderwood? Is that did she get a new name? Wait, is this not Joanne Calderwood? Yeah, JoJo. Oh, Wood. I feel like I just went into a fucking Mandela effect.
I was like, where are you getting the Calderwood?
Could have sworn it was Calderwood before. Let me look this up. JoJo Calderwood. Yeah. Google knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
So she got married.
There we go. But, she got
Someone
married.
who had Wood as
Just
the
the
last name.
last part of her last name.
She's like, all right, we'll cut the Calder part out.
They got deal.
I mean, it's just like what's the dude from Twilight? Jake, the dude who played Jacob.
Yeah. Taylor Lautner, or I don't know.
Yeah. His wife is named Taylor, so now her name is Taylor Lautner too. It's just to say, it's fucking way worse.
Way worse. You got to make an acceptance to break the rule at that point with those kinds of names. That's crazy.
Right? Like, just come up with something at that point.
Make a new family.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see. I'm always excited to see Joanne Calderwood or Joanne Wood, whatever. You're always Calderwood to me, bitch. I'm always excited to see her fight, but not on this one. I don't know who Marina Moroz is. She's Ukrainian, and she seems like she might be a fucking problem for Joanne, because Joanne doesn't have the greatest fight history. It's not like extremely winning all the time, but hey, to be fair, this bitch is coming off of 2 losses right now.
Most unfortunate. Nothing matters on this card until Michelle Pereira. That's it.
And then it really fucking picks up. That's true, though. That's true. Michelle Pereira, only hope that he gets some crazy knockout. always like to mention that, yes, this is the guy that when he first came into the UFC, he thought it'd be funny to do a shit ton of backflips, cartwheels, and then he got fucked up. And then he learned from that, and now he's actually becoming quite the round fighter, which is good. Always excited to see Michelle Pereira fight. Again, don't know who this opponent is from Poland, but always dangerous for that reason.
Hey, Darnell, how do you pronounce that last name?
I can give you the first 4 letters, which is Oleg.
Sejuk.
Sejuk.
Let me say this about the next fight. Normally at this point with Jan Kutilaba, I would normally be like, dude, the Hulk is here. He's going to scream in somebody's face. Felipe Lins might fuck him up. he might just fucking fuck. We found out very recently that Kutilaba is not that guy. I mean, he is that guy, but he's also not that guy. So who am I taking in this fight? I'm going to stay down. I'm going to double down and stick to it and just keep going until it works. Jan Kutilaba. Yeah. But, you know, I understand Felipe Lins might win this fight.
What I do care about is the fact that Pedro Munoz was at one point top 5, fought Sean, and then it was a draw or whatever, no contest. And now Sean's a champ and he's at number 12. That's funny.
You didn't know it's called
It's like, damn, dog. What happened?
It's the reverse bump with Sean O'Malley. Same thing that happened to Aljo. Aljo was champion, fucking loses to Sean, and all of a sudden he's not even near the number one contender picture right now. And they're like, yeah, it's the reverse Sean O'Malley bump. Anytime he beats somebody, Dana's like, get out of here. We don't need to see that ever again. Nobody needs to come for my boy like that. So funny. You're right.
Oh, wow. And his last fight was against Chito, which was a boring 3 rounds.
Yep.
And now he's fighting for the belt. Like, damn, dog, got buried.
Yep.
For like no reason.
Really, you really can see the downfall of some of these fighters with that. It's like very blatant. It's quick as fuck too. Rafael dos Anjos still here for some reason. He's like, remember
I need
me?
him to make up his mind on if he's going to fight at 155 or 170.
Seriously. Dude, he's just another one of those guys where it's just like whatever the big fight for him is, that's why he doesn't want to commit, because if a huge fight comes up at 170, he'll be like, no, I can make it.
I'll take it. Yeah.
If a huge fight comes up at 155, no, I'll take it. So it's kind of a smart move that way, but no, yeah, I agree. I mean, stick to a division, start making a run again, because you don't have much more time to do that, my friend. You know,
old, my God.
Yeah, you know what's really unfortunate about that? We talk a lot about the old thing. I saw somebody make it's just a long list of fighters, and this is obvious, but I mean, you know, when you see it in front of your face, you're like, damn, it's a long list of fighters that are all, you know, UFC old now. They're all 36, 35, 37, 38. And it's basically every fighter that we grew up watching in our teens and in early 20s. Every single one of them is in their 30s now. Like that, it's just like a dark realization of like, oh yeah, every other podcast, every other fight card, we're like, damn, he's old. So yeah, when you see the list, you're like, oh yeah, all of them are old, because that's how time works, and they're all old now.
Because that's how time works.
You want to see something funny? I don't really hear because I'm gonna say it.
Yeah,
Jamie Pickett fucking retired last night after that fight.
Did he retire? Damn, 2 retirements. They said in the middle of the fight that Jamie was thinking about retiring that night too, and it'd be great if he was able to go off on a victory because he had stumbled Eric Anders earlier in the fight. But completely went bad.
That's cool.
Yeah, Rafael dos Anjos versus Gamrot. Gamrot's no fucking joke. Really fucking just coming off a KO. Oh yeah, against Faziz too. Jesus.
Wasn't there like a short fight too? Oh no, they made it to the second round.
Yeah. And then, of course, UFC is not going to tell me who won between him and Jalen Turner, but I'm going to assume Gamrot won that fight. So, UFC, fix your website, my guy.
Lol, Jeremy Stevens.
That's so funny. Yeah. Gamrot's got a good streak behind him, of course, besides losing to Dariush by fucking decision, but that happens. That happens sometimes. In your division, sometimes Dariush just comes around to be like, you guys remember me? And then just does a fucking somehow, like he does that a lot. Dariush somehow, like more than Bilal though. I gotta say, you put those two guys together, Dariush still has more KOs, Dariush still has more exciting fights, but does the same thing fucking Bilal Muhammad does, and yet somehow Bilal Muhammad, that's how hated you are, my guy. There's other fighters that do the same shit you do, and we still like them light years more than you.
Them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see Rafael. I just can't get hyped anymore when I see him. I remember there was a time when Rafael was doing the throwing 3 medicine balls in the air and training like a motherfucker, and everybody was like, he is him. He's just short title reign done.
He's 39.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then fucking Eddie Alvarez was like, cool story, bro. Let me get that belt off you.
Yeah, it's mine now. Macy Barber going against don't think I've ever seen this bitch fight. Caitlin
And her last name was Chuchagan, and she was like the flyweight fucking gatekeeper. She got married. That's why you don't recognize her name.
Ah, yes. Damn. Dude, these bitches getting married's gotta stop. Okay. You know what? I think these bitches who get married, they can beat up their husbands. The husbands should be taking their names. Fucking bullshit. Unless you're like the cyborg couple, then you're both just, you guys can kick each other's ass. You guys are both just cyborg.
You just start beating the shit out of each other.
That's just the Brazilian thing.
Is the last name.
God, dude. God damn it. Curtis
This fight's
Blaze.
gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
You think so? Tell me why.
No, and it's only because he wrestle fucked fucking Derek Lewis
Last 2 fights.
and now it's like, hey, here's a real wrestler. Here's somebody who actually wrestles. Try that shit now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a stand-up fight until Curtis is like, you know what, fuck this. I'm bored.
I hope, like in an anime, I hope Jaltain shoots for a takedown and goes like, and then just gets stuffed so easily by Curtis Blaze and they're back like this, and it's just the fucking Ultra Instinct music. Curtis Blaze just standing like, yeah, you didn't see that shit coming, did you? Fucking papa, fucking just does a 1-2 double leg. He's like, that's American wrestling for your bitch ass right there. See, I don't always hate wrestling. I like wrestling when it's used properly to defense against evil.
To defend against evil, yeah.
Jaltain Almeida is an evil man in this heavyweight division. He talks heavy shit and then he fights like a little bitch. Curtis Blades, get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Peter Yan, Song Yadong. I think this is going to be one of the performance of the nights, fight of the nights for sure. As long as Pewter doesn't want to come in and fully wrestle, but hey, what do I say a lot of times? Chinese fucking UFC fighters, no joke on every single standpoint. Crisp striking, they throw everything with all bad intention, and when they wrestle, big, like the heaviest weighted blanket you've ever felt in your entire life, undoubtedly.
I say it's gonna be a stand-up fight.
I hope so. Because go ahead.
Peter only wrestles like defensively.
Mm-hmm.
He never actually goes after. He never actually takes anybody down.
Unless you're shooting for an illegal knee.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, because even against Jose Aldo was mostly stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And what was another fight that was mostly stand up? And he only who was it? Yeah, Corey. That was a stand up fight. Sterling, obviously, he just if you get it grappling, he's fucked. Honestly,
yeah, that's a good point.
Because he couldn't get Aljo off of him once he got his back.
And everybody, like when Pewter was on his tear, when he was on his way up to the championship, and when he won the championship too, he was striking clinic. Everybody loved. There was highlight reels about him, guys breaking down his striking, how good it was. He was a whole different breed of. And then it's just Aljo flattened that. It was so annoying, and he hasn't really been the same since then.
Man is on the. Oh, he beat Corey. Oh no, yeah, he beat the dog shit out of Corey. Never mind, I remember that fight now. Corey's like, I don't know what happened.
I thought he was kind of deflated, but I guess not.
Bro went to the motherland and was like, I'm good, dog.
Damn. You see his like last 3 losses, and you're just like, fucking Sterling, O'Malley, fucking Marab. Jesus, dude.
Yeah, Marab can actually grapple, so.
Yeah. And again, shouts out to Sean in that fight, because everybody was like, "Oh, dude, Pewter's gonna fuck you up, my guy. You're not ready for that type of shit. You're not ready for that level of MMA." Sean was like, "I am that level of MMA. I am that guy. We talk about, son." Colorful hair and all.
I didn't really doubt him in that fight. For a stand-up fight, and then plus the height he has on him, it was like, it's kind of bad.
Yeah. Speaking of bad, as in bad men, Gilbert Burns taking on Jack Della Maddalena. Gilbert Burns, everybody loves a Gilbert Burns fight. He's got that cred for him. Everybody wants to see Gilbert Burns fight. Amazing.
I don't like that they're trying to push Jack like this. 11-4?
Yeah. I imagine.
Hey, remember Darren Till? Remember what happened with Darren? Don't do that to Jack. Don't do that to him.
I imagine that this is it's going to be a negative
story of a girl.
Burns has nothing to lose in this fight. Like, win or lose, he's got nothing to lose. He can only gain. And Jack Della Maddalena has everything to lose in this fight. If he gets fucked up by Gilbert Burns, not only could he possibly lose number 11 spot, but he could possibly end up fighting people who are unranked, and it just ends up bad for Jack Della Maddalena. But I can only assume. I don't imagine that this was a fight they were like seeking out to make. Like, I think this is probably a case of like nobody wanted to fight one or the other guy. Their names got brought up, and they're like, if he's willing to fight, I'm willing to fight. You know, especially from Madalena's perspective. He's like, oh yeah, he's number 4. If I win, that's like big for me. I beat Gilbert Burns, former welterweight title contender. Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, pretty much the entire top 15 already had a fight at that point. So yeah, this is one of those fights.
You can tell. Sometimes I'm guessing on that, but this is one of those you could tell. You could tell there was nobody available. Darnell's always the one to be like, yeah, there's nobody available. And I'm like, yeah, this one seems obvious as fuck. I think this is the fight that everybody's forgetting that's on here because they're not hyping it enough. But Kevin Holland, Michael Page. I'm sorry, Michael Page. Kevin Holland's about to show you some real shit. Some real shit. I love Michael Page, but I mean, yes, same. I'll be so mad.
Rather not Kevin lose.
I will be so mad if he gets in there and dances on Kevin. I'll be like, God damn it, Kevin, do something. But realistically, I think that this is a good fight for Michael Page to come into, somebody that will stand and strike with him, somebody that will try to match him so that way they can have an exciting fight, and somebody, again, good booking by UFC to not just give him a wrestler. That would be dumb.
Yeah, because I was going to say, actually, Jack doesn't wrestle. They could have had Jack versus Venom, and it would have been fine.
That would have been good.
But also, I'm not trying to see Kevin fight another wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Because then he just would have been fighting Gil. And I'm like, it's stupid.
And it's difference in fighter, right? Like, it's just like, again, like I said, Kevin Holland's willing to put on a show. It'd be like if you gave Michael Venom Page Nate Diaz. Everybody would be like, that's amazing because they're going to fucking put on a show. They're going to strike. They're going to stand. Yeah. It's going to be funny. But yeah, it's just all in like who's going to get what. I'm sure there could have been somebody else to take this fight that might have been more dangerous or even less dangerous. But Kevin Holland, I think, is the perfect match for this first fight for Michael Venom Page. Dustin Poirier, Benoit Saint Denis, the fight that I didn't know that we all wanted, but apparently we do. This is going to be a good fight. I'm not going to lie. The pull up short man himself versus Benoit Saint Denis. Nothing really unique about Benoit Saint Denis.
I hope Dustin retires.
Nah, he ain't. You know he ain't, though.
Nah, I think he tweeted some shit about possibly retiring. And at the same time, it's like, hey, bro, you've been bullshitting for the past 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
You've been only doing anybody else in the top 5, or you're always trying to fight for a belt, and you've lost every time.
Every time.
When you fought for a belt. It's like, hey, dog, it might be time.
Your biggest claim to fame right now is knocking out Conor and then Conor breaking his leg in your second fight. I mean, really, that's your biggest claim to fame right now, Dustin. After that, and of course, when he won the title and then immediately lost it. Like, I mean, really, Dustin.
Oh, no. And a belt.
I could have sworn he won the belt at one point. Did he not?
No.
Not even
he fought Khabib to try to unify them.
That's what it is.
And then Khabib was like, you think you're going to beat me in front of my dad? Choke that nigga.
That was the first fight that his dad came to, right? Or his dad always come to all of his fights?
I think his dad always came to his fights, but I think that was like right before COVID.
Yeah.
I think that was the last fight his dad went to. Because his dad died from COVID, I think, in 2020. And then he fought Justin and then was like, yeah, I'm done. My mom said I shouldn't fight anymore. She doesn't want me to fight. And it's like, hey, good on you.
Dustin,
your record's still a little sus, but good on you.
Of course. Dustin did win interim, by the way. He won interim against Oliveira.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. He won that. Well, and then after that, I don't count interim as a real belt. That's like the featherweight belt for women. It ain't real.
Damn.
You fought somebody for it, sure, but after that, there was no real fights after that.
And it really does mean nothing, because I always tell people like how Carlos Condit growing up was like one of my favorite fighters, minus the Nick Diaz fight. And I'm like, he was champion. They're like, interim. I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's like, it's a paperweight. It's literally the number 2 headband.
Mm.
It's, except in this case, no one's gonna kill you for that interim belt.
I gotta say real quick that nothing makes me feel more nostalgic than thinking about Carlos Condit fights. Really, Carlos Condit was the man. Like when he was up and coming, full blown highlight reel, crazy knockout against Dan Hardy, crazy flying knee knockouts, amazing. And in my opinion, as we all saw start happening, just like many people fell victim to, he fell victim to the bullshit that is GSP. He got that interim title. His very next fight was against GSP. He bloodied and battered GSP for 5 rounds straight, but because of the last 2 rounds, he got wrestle fucked by GSP. They gave GSP the title in Canada, of course. But if you go back and watch that fight, I always tell everybody, watch Carlos Condit versus GSP for the title in Canada. Carlos Condit fucks up GSP heavily, much like Johnny Hendricks fucked up GSP heavily, and he just fell to this happens to everybody. You lose to GSP, you're done. Bisping, fucking Hendricks, fucking Condit, all of them fell bad after bad things happened to them afterwards, and I'm like, Nick Diaz, all of them. All bad things happen to these people after GSP fights you and screws you over for the title. The Canadian screw job is still alive and well with GSP. Piece of shit. Sorry, it's a trigger thing for me. I just really loved Carlos Condit. You know, he could have gone way further if Tyron Woodley didn't fucking kick his ankle into oblivion. This shit sucked so hard. Get so sad when I think about Carlos Condit. Natural born killer. Got killed.
It's okay, bud.
It's not okay. It's not okay. Benoit Saint Denis, I think here's the thing about the Dustin Poirier fight is I think Benoit Saint Denis is gonna take this fight pretty cleanly, but kind of what Darnell's saying, with him already hinting at retirement, it's one of those where like if he's losing, you might not see the same heat out of Dustin because then he's gonna be like, well, I am gonna retire anyway, and then just lose the fight. Not saying take a fall, I'm just saying less heat.
Yeah, he's not going to put as much into it. Yeah.
Right. But if he wins, that's, again, even though we want Dustin to retire, if he wins, he ain't going to retire. He's going to be like, I got some in me, clearly. I still got it in me. Let's go. Call out. He's going to call out everybody.
Like, yeah, of course. He's going to try and go for the belt.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, there is no calling anybody else out. He's like, I just want Islam.
Yeah.
And then I found it funny that I think earlier this week I saw an article about Khabib talking about why, like he was confused as to why the Max Holloway and Justin fight is happening, and I'm like, there's nothing to be confused about. Your boy be disappearing, a lot.
Yeah,
like there ain't nobody to blame but him. Mm-hmm. If he would stop ducking fights, and I'll give him benefit of the doubt for the last one because it's like Oliveira got that crazy ass cut on his eyebrow.
Yeah. Like
2 weeks before a week before the fight. And it's like, eesh, all right, that's whatever. But your boy be ducking.
Yeah, 100%.
It should be Justin versus Islam right now, but it's not. Because they're like, hey, UFC 300 is in April, and they're like, Ramadan. It's like, what?
Always something with you guys. Fucking A. If it wasn't that, he'd be like, are we fighting in Abu Dhabi? They'd be like, no. And he'd be like, well, then I'm not doing it.
Nah, nigga, you coming to America, you gonna fight, or we taking the belt. It's one or the other.
God, I wish they would do that to him.
It's like, we tired of going over there for your fights, bro.
I'll say there's a lot of fighters right now. There's a lot of, with divisions, with title holders that are very much like that. That just don't, they're treating it like they're Roman Reigns. They're like, oh, I'm Roman Reigns now. And you're like, but you're not, and you need to fight. And they don't. And I think that eventually, like let's say Merab beats fucking, let's say that Merab beats whoever wins between Chito and Sean. If that happens, Dana, I think, is going to start cracking down heavily on some shit. Like, yo, you need to fight here. I don't give no no's. If you give me a no, then I'm fucking taking your belt, because he's having a curse right now where, much like his heavyweight division, he can't keep people who want to do fights regularly through the year. And you need to start getting people like that. And you start, I don't know, protecting them's the wrong way to say, because then it seems like it's fixed. But you just need to start being a little bit more aggressive with these dudes who are like, no, Ramadan, no, Abu Dhabi, no, Canada, no. They're like, fucking no, do what I say, or I'm taking the belt.
Just like Ilya, already got the belt. Next fight in Spain. Nigga, we ain't never looked over there. What you mean?
What you talking about?
Fighting in fucking Spain.
Yeah.
Oh, because you want to fight Connor? Okay, you just got the belt, buddy. Relax. You haven't done anything yet.
I know you just said he just did another call out, and you're like, yo, fight at your belt weight. Islam. He wants to fight Islam. And you're like, what? Yeah,
it's like, you need at least to defend your belt fucking 5 times in your own division before you try to look at some other belt.
Yeah.
Because within those 5 times, you're either going to actually win all 5 fights, which would be amazing, or you're going to drop that belt, and then it's going to have to reset.
Yep.
Because this whole I'm gonna go up to fight for another. No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Unless you did what Izzy and John was doing, which was lapping the fucking division and having to fight the same people twice, then shut the fuck up.
I like him. Just the video they made of him. He goes out to the balcony in Spain and to 8,000 people, and I'm like, well, first of all, that's 8,000 people who can't read. Second of all, that's you think Dana sees 8,000 people and he's like, man, we really got to get over there. Fuck out of here. Meanwhile, fighters return to Mexico to like waves of like thousands of people,
20,000 people.
Fucking fighters return to fucking like just America in general, and the whole entire state's there, and they're like, yeah, dude, no, we're not going to Spain, you absolute moron. He's just the densest. He's got syphilis. He's like a syphilis character in an old fucking movie. He's just saying crazy dumb shit, and people think because he won fights, and I'm like, yeah, that's like saying war commanders who murdered people are like good at their job. They were crazy. They had syphilis. They're stupid, and they happen to kill people. Doesn't make him good at anything. He's an idiot. He's a dumb person. And to the little kid on TikTok who thinks that Ilya is the best, yeah, well, you can't read. That makes sense. Most of his fans can't fucking read. So there you go. Jesus, Ilya, I hate you so much, my guy. Sean O'Malley, Chito Vera. Sean O'Malley, Chito Vera, main event of UFC 299. Let's go, Sean O'Malley. Let's go, Sean O'Malley. Chito Vera is like the guy to worry about right now, though. He is obviously he's the front runner right now. He's gonna fight him this Saturday, and not a good track record for Sean with Chito.
They call shenanigans on that fight.
You saying something's gonna go
weird?
Weird?
Happened. No, I'm saying from the first fight, bro got that lucky hit and hit that nerve and folded his fucking his foot.
Yeah.
Like that's all that was.
Yeah.
Other than that, it wasn't that much of a fight. And now for the past, that fight happened, what, like 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Probably 5 almost. Because I think that, I can just go on the website and fuck.
First time they fought,
about like 3 or 4 years.
Was it like 2019?
2020. So 4 years ago.
Okay, yeah, so 4 years. And all we've really seen from Chito, really, since then, he's slow as fuck at starting.
That's true. That's true.
Because unless he gets the actual knockout, it's like we don't know where this fight's gonna go. Because the only reason he won the Rob Font fight was straight up damage.
Yeah,
he was like anytime he hit, it was causing a lot of damage because Rob Font was still in the fight and piecing him up, but like he really wasn't doing anything. He was really just slipping a lot of shit. But like the Corey Sandhagen fight, boring as fuck. The fact that it was split decision, crazy. The Pedro Munoz fight, same thing.
Boring.
It was boring as shit. And even Sean, after he won the belt, he's like, "Oh, did he win? Did he win? And it was just boring." He's like, "Yeah, all right, whatever."
Yeah,
I guess he's next.
I guess we have to fight him.
Literally a slow starter, and if Sean can just capitalize that in the first 2 rounds, it's whatever.
Yeah. And to be fair to that too, Chito really doesn't have like even though he won, he doesn't really have a game plan. Like I said, that's kind of a fluke accident that kind of happened. He doesn't really have a way to prepare for Sean and different Sean. He can only prepare for old Sean. Yes, they have tape, but they have one fight to go off of. I mean, what, 1 or 2, right? This is his first defense since he won the belt. Yeah. He doesn't have much to go off of with Sean. And he does have a lot. He has 5 rounds. He has 10 rounds to go off of to see what he can do to plan for Chito. This is not going to be easy planning for Chito. I don't see it being an easy fight for him. I think Sean O'Malley just won the belt, and I would hate to see him lose it, but I think that he's at this level right now where you can't really stop the hype unless you fold his foot again. He's I could see it being that's what's weird, right? Because if it goes into the later rounds, then that might lean more Chito Vera's type shit, because we haven't seen Sean O'Malley go into the 5th round. I don't think.
No, I don't think he's had any 5 round. Well, the only 5 round fight he had is for the belt, and he won it in the 2nd. Because Aljo said, "I have hands," and Sean was like, "I have height, bitch."
Counter-Strike. Well, I think that we're all on Sean O'Malley's side for this. And again, as I say though, if Chito wins, it wouldn't make me mad. I would hate to see him do.
Cool.
Yeah, because I know he's a good fighter. We all know that Chito Vera is a fucking real good fighter. And I think that if he wins the belt, then maybe things can change. But we'll see. I hate it.
The fact that I still say he didn't lose. But what do I know? I'm just a nigga in a chair.
Same.
You said it without saying it. Oh man. All right. Well, that's our breakdowns of the past few cards, the card that just passed and the card that's upcoming this weekend. You let us know what you think about our picks, about the fights that we didn't talk about and did talk about. Let us know something we missed. And please stay active in the comments and talk to us down there. Also, since I have you right here, go follow our social media, Super Sour JIR, and that's all social media all across the board. Yeah, you like it now. You like he's obsessed with Cholo Ian. He loves it.
Cholo Ian was not on the bingo card.
Yeah. So yeah, and then also go over to our you don't check the comments, so fucking twitch.tv/Super Sour Games, and you can follow us over there where we play a lot of Helldivers right now, and I also play a lot of other single player games to have some fun. Fortnite, whenever the new Fortnite season comes up, I'll probably be back on Fortnite, but right now fuck Fortnite. So yeah, get active over there on our social medias and on our Twitch. We appreciate it. Go follow Darnell on his social media. That's Blanks. And then Snuggy as well. And I'll put those down there in the proper way. You can also just check the show notes down below, and it has all of our links down there to all of our social medias. So hit the like button, subscribe, follow us on our social medias. Ian,
Click that bell.
yeah. And we're gonna move on to our end segment of the show, Street Shenanigans. That's right, everybody. Welcome back to Street Shenanigans. It's everybody's favorite end segment of our show. It's everybody's favorite segment on this show, where we go over the craziness, the bullshit, and the Octagon control from around the world. We break down these fights to let you know for and not entertainment purposes, but a little bit of that, but mostly educational purposes. Yeah, my man's a man of class, salt and vinegar.
Where your curly mustache at?
Bro.
If anybody understands that, you're a real nigga.
Damn it. I always wanted to be one. I never knew this would be the line that takes me. Anyway, yeah. These videos are to go over to let you know something that could have been done better in this fight. Maybe people could have walked away from it. Something they could have done to win these fights. Something they could have done maybe in jiu-jitsu form. Something with better striking. We're breaking these fights to help you in real life have these bad things not happen to you. But the most important thing about these videos, Ian,
They're fine. They're all right, YouTube. Okay.
you two are so contradicting.
They're fine. They're okay.
We've done the checkup. We've checked up on all of them, believe it or not. Even
Yes, we have.
even Seth Rollins. All right. We have our first fight here, which is the caption says, or I think it was like a comment I read about this, and it was like, if somebody starts off with a leg kick, and we say this a lot of times, if you're fighting somebody and they start with a leg kick, walk away from the fight. Walk away from the fight. You've entered a realm that you were not familiar with. and
Before you leave the fight, call them a pussy and then run.
And then run.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, if your leg's still operational, you should call him a pussy and then run. Yeah. If that first leg kick didn't buckle you like Sean O'Malley versus Chito Vera, then you should run.
Or just stop the fight and say, let me buy you lunch.
But yeah, what are we doing here, man?
Yeah, right there, bro. Automatic offering right there, bro. Let me get you lunch.
What are we doing?
My bad.
What are we even doing
I
here?
fucked up.
Oh,
Yo,
front
straight kicks?
Oh,
Run.
Fakes it. Dude, fakes.
No.
Oh, slipped it in a takedown.
God, that's
Into the
nuts.
ground and pound. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, 12-6. Illegal.
Her D runs in and
Jesus.
does the shoulder tackle to get him off. Get out of here. Woo.
Yo, was he gonna go for a leg lock?
I think he was about to go for a leg lock. Yeah, right. So bring it back, do the first leg kick, and then pause. Boom. First leg kick, pause.
Get up and run.
Get up and run. Like we were talking about earlier, if you have a Burger King coupon, pull it out. Be like, hey, man, we can go get 2 original chicken sandwiches and 2 small fries on me. Just let's relax here. Let's take a breather.
$6.99.
$6.99. You don't even have to I could pay $6.99, man. Yeah, I mean, anything you can offer at this point. Your girlfriend, if she's there, offer your girlfriend up because this man owns you now. All right, let's see this fight one more time.
Oh, and then the arm.
And he,
See, he just clips like right there.
Yep.
And oh boy, I missed it. Oh, because you can just hear it connect. But oh my god,
Nonchalantly
that's
throws the
breaking
face
teeth,
kick.
man.
God.
Please, stupid.
And nobody respects you at all for staying in this fight. Nobody's like, you know what, man?
No, it was not the smart move.
Every tough guy in the world's like, bro, you should have left that fight, man. I wouldn't have kept fucking with that dude at that point. And you had to pay for it.
No, I think he was. Yeah, he was gonna try to go for a leg lock.
Yeah, horribly.
He was holding. He started twisting him up a little bit.
He was going for a leg lock like how Anderson went for a leg lock on Herb Dean when he got knocked out.
Yeah.
And that guy on top was like, no, sir, not happening. It's not a thing. Yep. Lesson learned there. We've already told you. Walk away from it. But also, lesson learned that, again, even if this guy more than likely has some MMA experience of some kind, and I talk about it all the time. Start with leg kicks. If you can train anything with your MMA striking, learn how to learn your jab and learn a leg kick. Learn how to properly throw a leg kick. You're gonna fuck some people up real quick.
Agreed.
All right. Our next one blends in a little bit of growing up kayfabe with throwing hands. We have a fan who attacked Seth Rollins. This is a couple years ago. I don't remember, but this is in Brooklyn. I don't remember how long ago this was, but this is a little bit of an old video. So let's see how let's see how this wrestler Seth Rollins handles a full blown attack at him. Leaving comes from around the corner, doggy. Look, catching speed, bam!
Oh my god.
What does Seth Rollins do? Pulls the headlock.
Guillotine.
Pulls the guillotine. Look, sweeps him off. The ref's helping a little bit, but he sweeps him off. Fan's got his hair though. Seth talking mad shit now that everybody's out there. Seth.
What the fuck is going on?
But hey, Seth had him. He knew what to do. Put him in the guillotine. Lost the guillotine. Swept him off. He would have known what to do. Look, they're cutting back to the ring. Some old replay stuff. Hey, Seth Rollins, the man. So what was done right in that? Seth Rollins, whether he knows it or not, instinctively went jujitsu. Pulled for the guillotine. Didn't quite have it. Dude had a big head and a big neck. And again, although the ref was helping him, immediately pushes up on the belly, pushes up, uses his lower body to sweep him over him. Good stuff by Seth Rollins. He's the world heavyweight champion. He's the world champion for a reason.
Yeah, because he pays people to attack him.
Comes in with that speed. That's just so great. Like how he comes in, like this man, he was waiting his entire life for this, and this is the day he mustered up the courage. He was like, "I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it."
He's like,
and he comes in like a fucking WWE star.
That guy was back there. He's like, "I'm sick of it, man. He broke up the Shield. He's a piece of shit. I don't like him." Yeah. Also, a lesson to learn that keep your special people that you bring to these WWE events. Keep them on a leash. All right. All right. You're gonna hurt somebody. Okay. It's crazy. All right. Let's move on to the third one. Speaking of street shenanigans, putting the in shenanigans. Let's watch Steven Seagal. This is an old clip from the Steven Seagal movie. Let's just watch this master work. Now this is martial arts, cuz. Yo. Yo, bam. Hell yeah.
This just shows how he is, honestly. He's just beating up black people.
Everybody's colored.
Yeah, is this like legit the soundtrack of the fucking movie?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like, and they let him put this out?
Yeah, dude. He put this out. He was watching a chair. He goes, "Yep, that's awesome.
Looks great.
That's actually exactly how it would happen."
Okay, yep. I've definitely lost the remaining respect I have for this man. Kicking
He
sand.
chops the head off. Mark for death. Yo, back in the day, our grandfathers and great grandfathers would watch that and be like, "Hell yeah."
He's a master.
Now that's a man right there. My favorite bullshito of all time, Steven
He
Seagal.
didn't even pocket sand him.
He says
he
just kicked sand right into his
sand
face.
attack. Steven Seagal's a Pokemon.
Clearly.
When he's fighting these guys, he says, and the guys go, ah! Crazy. They all get knocked out like UFC knockout, and he's not doing a single thing. And here's the thing, for the disconnected audience, let me tell you something. You might be thinking, oh, do these guys really think that this is how he fights? I'm like, no, this is exactly how he fights.
Have you seen any of his seminars? Yeah. It is the same thing.
Oh shit. When he filmed this, let me tell you something. When he filmed this, he was telling people like, I don't want to hurt anybody out there, so I need you guys to be real careful. Like he's, for a fact, he was warning these motherfuckers like, I've killed men before. I don't want to kill you. Kick sand. He kicks sand like a bully on the beach. What the fuck? It's insane. And
took his dick and balls off and then chopped his head off.
Yeah. All right, you can pull that away. Fucking wow. Insane. But dude, teenagers at that time, fucking older men, they were watching that like, dude, he's the, I mean, Jackie Chan has nothing on him. Fucking Bruce Lee has nothing on him. That's what they were thinking. Just the worst. Just the worst. Hate you forever, Steven Seagal. They call that
a fun in Russia.
Yeah, right. Fucking sleeper agent. All right. I'm getting lightheaded. You know what that means. It means it's the end of the episode. And we appreciate you guys for supporting the podcast. Please continue to do so by, as always, hitting the like button, watching the video, share it out, watch our clips. Ian.
Click that bell.
And just keep hanging out with us. We appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed the episode. And we'll be back next week on Throwing Hands. Peace. Nice. I like that one. I like that one a lot.
Throwing Hands.
You're playing touch butt with that dork in the park. The ponytail.
My balls was hot.